Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I just wanted to get on real quick and something came to me today. I just realized yesterday actually that this week is MS Awareness Week, Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Week, which I always thought was in March for some reason. I know March is MS Awareness Month, but I thought there was a week in there as well. So I'm saying to myself, like, you have MS, you've had MS since 1992. That's, 34 years? Something like that. Um, but it reminded me of this part in my book, which you all will see soon. Um, I, a lot of times I would block out information pertaining to MS because I didn't want that to be my reality. I remember in New York going to my first support group at NYU. My neurologist at the time recommended it. So I got to the meeting, and everybody in the room was in a wheelchair or a scooter. Some of them couldn't even talk because their disease had progressed so much to the point where their neurological functions were not working anymore. And at the time, I wasn't sure what MS was. I didn't know what it would look like for me, and so I just tried to block that out of my mind and say, you know what? If I don't acknowledge it, then it'll just, I don't know, go by the wayside, or I wouldn't really have to take any type of action. So I went on like that for, let's see, in 1992, I was diagnosed. I decided anyway that I still wanted to go to New York and work in the music business. So I did that in 1993. So every year I would have what's called an exacerbation. So for me, that meant that from the waist down, I would become partially paralyzed. And over the years, more disease modifying medications had come on the market. Originally, I would have to go into the hospital, get a course of steroids, and that would bring me back to quote unquote normal. With a few minor changes in my walking and in my abilities to either run or walk long distances or anything like that, but nothing really major. So if you didn't know that I had MS, you wouldn't know. So I went on like that until 2005. And that's when, well, I think 2004 really is when it started affecting me. And I had points in my career where not only was the physicality getting to be too much, it was the mental drain that I was having at work. It was getting harder and harder for me to concentrate and harder for me to focus. But when someone doesn't know, or someone like me is trying to hide that I had MS, it's hard to even explain what that feels like and what the fatigue feels like. It's almost like walking through quicksand, or what I imagine it would feel like. So yeah, I just, for all those years, I tried to hide behind it. I tried to just ignore it so that I could live a quote unquote normal life. So it reminded me today when I posted in my reel, you may have seen something about MS Awareness Week. And it's important for you, even if you don't have MS, but it's important for anyone, I think, to acknowledge when they're trying to hide something, because it doesn't go away. It doesn't. It could get worse if you ignore it. It could eventually get better, but think about all the time you missed out because you were hiding behind either a diagnosis or a disorder, or hiding behind something you were ashamed of or embarrassed or disappointed, I think is probably a better word. So yeah, it's time for you to face whatever it is you're trying to hide from and come to terms with it. Because I guarantee you that if you do, the outcome will be much better and much more appreciated by you. All right, that's it. Happy Wednesday. Oh, so stay tuned, because next week I have a surprise for you guys. And I hope that everybody is excited about it as I am. All right, talk to you later. Bye.